Hello, everyone. What's up? Welcome in. Welcome to Clean Greens Living, broadcasting here live on Rainier Avenue Radio. It is your host, Queen B, in the building. How's everyone? I don't know, Daniel. I feel like there should be like a hand applause when I say it's Queen Bree. It is just. Thank you. I am joining you live here on this glorious Tuesday afternoon. Spring is here, y'all. Are you guys ready? I want to know, is anyone gardening? And if you're gardening, how is it going? Tell me about your experience. Share your highs, your lows. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If I know them, I'll answer them. If I don't, I will take your questions back to Farmer Tom and I will get those questions answered. Super excited on the farm. We are in planting season. We are planting right here on the farm. We started our seeds in January, February, and now they are ready to be planted on the farm, getting ready for our harvest year. Are you guys excited about fresh organic produce coming to you from the farm? Not from the store, but from the farm. I am getting ready to be starting my own backyard garden. Yeah, I'm a little late in the game planning it. However, first year, this is the thing. When it's your first year, don't expect too much and don't put too much on yourself, okay? When it's the first year, just do what you can. It is not a marathon. I mean, it is a marathon, it is not a race. Is there a difference? Anyways, you could tell I don't run. I run for the Lord, honey, not for not just for no reason. Anyways, it's a journey. And you want to start, don't bite off more than you could chew, because at the end of the day, you got to know what sun your produce take. You got to know how to water your garden, when to water your garden. There's so many things that placement, what can grow with what. So don't bite off more than you could chew. Start small and work your way up. So if you guys have any garden pictures that you want to share, please send it to blackdollarcleangreens@gmail.com. I'm interested in knowing what you're growing, what it looks like, and what are your goals? What are you most excited about? Our topic of the show is going to be talking about why is it important to maintain being healthy, and how do you maintain happiness? So my question for today is, how do you maintain happiness? I'm going to give you my answer shortly, but I think I want to throw it out there now so we can get you guys' thoughts. And also, I want to remind you that our CSAs are open. So if you are looking for fresh, organic produce, please email. You can reach out. What is going on? Why can't I talk today? You can contact us at my email is up there, or you can go to www.cleangreensfarmmarket.com. Either way it goes, our CSAs are open. We have large for a family of 4 to 6, small for a family of 2 to 4, and then singles for a family who's singles, or even, we give really good portions. So our produce can feed your family. And also, not only will it be feeding your family, it will be feeding your community. So if you guys are looking for fresh, organic produce, our CSAs. Look, I was going to say, please see our CSA. Please contact us and let us know. All right, guys. On this show today, we are going to be talking about so much, and I hope that I have enough time to get out everything I wanted. I want to be honest and transparent. First, I was like, there's so many things I want to talk to you guys about. How do I narrow it down? But I think that the things that I know that the things that we're going to talk about all ties in. So again, when I said we were talking about revamping the show, I put a filler out to ask, what do people want to hear? What do you like? We could talk about what I want to talk about all day, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be live and popping. But this show is live, and it is live for a reason, because we are a community and we want to hear from our community, and we want to pour into our community as much as we can. So, one of the topics that we were talking about is the importance of being healthy. The importance of being, I don't think people understand the important, like how health really affects everything about you. And I think when we talk about health, we don't even think to talk about skin health. We talk about body, our gut. You know, you have two brains in your body. Your gut is considered your first brain. And then you have, I mean, yeah, well, I don't know if it's considered your first brain, but I would consider my first brain. And this is why. I am not a physician. I am just a humble director of Clean Greens, a coach who does a lot of research and work on herself within her community. So please check with your doctor as you take advice from me, and if I give you spiritual advice, pray to God and make sure that the advice that I'm giving you is aligning with what He has for you. All right. So let's start with gut health. The reason why I would consider gut health an important function, an important tool to take care of, because your gut health sends signals to your brain, right? Your gut health sends signals to your brain. If your gut is not being taken care of, it is going to make your brain lethargic, clumsy, absent-mindedness, right? And they all tie in together, right? So your gut connects to your brain and tell your brain what you're thinking. And then your brain is your bodily functions. So your brain is telling your body what to move and how to do. And ways that we can make sure that we're taking care of ourselves is for sure staying hydrated. Hydration, hydration, hydration. Drinking your water, drinking your body weight. And as I always say, as we are planning out goals, people get so excited about goals and then they burn out real fast because they make these big goals. And as they start to make them, they feel like they can't achieve them and they stop. When you're starting off, start small. So start drinking as much water. Like I used to couldn't drink water. I don't even know what I was thinking. I hated water. I would not drink it. Now my body can't live without water. If I can't drink water, my body starts to I could tell I start to like shrivel up like a little plant. Um what was I gonna say? See, look, I haven't been drinking enough water. Anyways, drinking water. So how I started off with, I carried around a gallon. For me, that is easier. I know people think that people look ridiculous carrying around a gallon of water. I used to think people look ridiculous carrying around a gallon of water, but me carrying around that gallon of water helped remind me to drink water. Then I took it a step further. There was a gallon of water that you can order on Amazon that has different times of when you should be drinking water and staying hydrated. So it's like every 2 hours. And you don't want to drink after 9 because then you'll be using the bathroom while you sleeping. So from like 7 a.m., 6 a.m. until about 8 p.m., you're drinking water every 2 hours. You're drinking like a cup of water, right? So you want to stay hydrated. Staying hydrated is, you want to think of your body. You want to think of your body as a plant. You are a living organism walking around this earth. If you see a plant and it's not being watered, what do you see it doing? It is shriveling up and dying, right? Your brain is like the brain of your phone. You need to charge it. And when I say recharge, that means recharge. That means unplug from computers, unplug from your phones, unplug from your TV, unplug from everyone, and rest, sleep. Make sure you're sleeping. Getting enough sleep helps with your physical health. All of this helps with your decision making. Your gut health helps with your decision making. Your brain health helps with your decision making. Sleeping, getting enough rest helps with decision making. I remember being in Bible study and it was talking about staying woke and staying healthy and physical, because these matter in the decisions you want to make in life, right? If you can be consistent in training your body physically, if you can be consistent in training your body mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, you will be more successful. And I do understand that there are some things that people can't do because of their income. And this is where we step in with our free, fresh, organic produce for families who cannot afford it. So, if you are looking for fresh organic produce to feed your body, because dark leafy greens is going to help maintain your health. When I research all the, and then dieting, I don't, if you want to diet, that's one thing, and that's your own preference. But for some, when you diet, it's not consistent, right? Because we're looking for consistency. This is the most important part about your health, your mental health, your physical health, anything life is about consistency. When you do diets, not you don't always stay consistent, right? And so you want to make sure that the diet you do, I like to call it a lifestyle change. So I do random lifestyle changes throughout as to what I could do, right? So with the water, I didn't cut out my whole life and be like, I'm drinking water, I'm not drinking anything else, and that's it. That's final. No, I just started drinking water. Once I started drinking that water, I started to change how much juice I drink, how much soda I drink, how much candy I drink. When you're feeding your body the right things, you don't crave all that other stuff. And when you crave it, you don't eat as much. So you want to hydrate your body. You want to feed your body the right nutrition. So there's different things that your body may need, and I don't want to give a specific plan. Like it depends on what it is that you're working in your body. But I will say dark leafy greens, the things that we serve you on Clean Greens, is going to help with maintaining your health. It's good for maintaining the cholesterol, the dark leafy greens, high blood pressure, inflammation. If you are feeling like I, the way that I explain information, I can explain information for myself, is like your body is kind of sore on the inside, like your joints are sore, and they feel kind of stiff, like you can't move, almost kind of like there's water in it, but it's not. But that's, for me, that's inflammation. You want to eat dark leafy greens, you want to eat vegetables, and study the different types of vegetables for your body. Now, I'm not going to get too deep into that because that's a whole nother level that you have to take on your own journey, because each journey is different. Each body is different. But you want to work on your hydration. You want to get with a nutritionist. I did get with a nutritionist. And you know what? She did tell me, because I'm not a type of person that can eat a lot. So it's about eating your biggest breakfast meals at the beginning of the day, eating every couple of hours. So you eat your first big meal, and then like maybe 2 hours later, you eat a snack, like a handful of almonds and a couple of slices of apples. And then you eat lunch. And that would be like, so your heaviest meal is breakfast. The other meal is your lunch, and it'll be a little lighter. Your lightest meal should be your dinner. Your lightest meal should be your dinner. And don't eat after a certain time. I will specifically say 8. I read somewhere, and you guys can go relook this up. I read somewhere where it says your body is not really resting if you eat after 8 p.m., because it takes 5 hours. I've been, it's been playing in my mind the whole day. This is something I read and looked and researched. And when you're researching health, you always want to have 3 different references and seeing what they're saying. Don't just go with the first one. You want to really, 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 when you're talking about your body and your health, you really want to do the research. But this, I can't remember where I got it from, so you guys got to research this. But it says your body's not really resting because it takes 5 hours for your body to digest the food that you're eating. So if you eat after 8, your body is really digestion, and that's why we wake up still tired, still lethargic, because our body wasn't really resting. So if you want to give your body full rest, you want to make sure you're drinking that water, but you're not doing any eating or drinking after 8, and have a bedtime. Give yourself a bedtime. So when we're talking about being healthy after 8, I know this is hard because it's hard for me and I'm working on it. Unplug, because you got to start giving your brain time to shut down so that you can get actual sleep. Your brain makes so many important decisions in your life. And if you are not feeding it the right nutrition, if you are not hydrating it, if you are not resting it, you will be making really bad decisions. You won't be able to be consistent. You won't want to get up and get moving. You will just want to lay there and feel lethargic, and you will feel like you're dying, or you will feel like you're depressed. I know when I go to the doctor, every time they ask me is, how was my sleep? How is my nutrition? And I'm always like, well, that's off. So yeah, these are things that these it is super important to take time to sit, unplug with yourself, and sit with your body and get to know what your body needs, what your body feels, what your brain needs, what your needs, feels, and what you need. Get to know you and know that we are not all the same. And so, what's working for me is not going to always work for you. So, you want to make sure that you get with yourself and do the research. All I'm giving you is the tools. You got to go do the work. And then you check in with me and I check in with you, and then we do this and we get this together. Um so we'll talk about your gut, talk about your mental, physical, and then your skin. Your skin is the outer layer of your body. It is equally important to take care of as your gut health, as your brain health. We always think people are being very conceited or something when they want to take care of their skin. It's like, no, moisturizing your skin, protecting your skin from sunscreen. Yes, my beautiful African American community, we need to protect our skin as well with sunscreen and moisturizer. Get you a face routine. And I know that sounds, and if I'm going too fast for y'all, please let me know. I know having a face routine can seem so intimidating. I remember for me when I first started having a face routine, um, I was nervous that I wasn't going to be able to keep up with it. But your skin needs it. Your skin needs it. And it literally 5 minutes of your day. And here's a tip that I do. I keep all my products in one place that I know I'm going to remember to go to. And that makes it easier. So line up all your products in one place. You wash your face for like a minute, minute and a half, and then you put on your serums, whatever serums you want, vitamin C. There's so many different serums that works for what your skin needs. If your skin is dry and dull, you want to make sure you're putting on serums. You put on your moisturizer, and then you put on your sun protector. And it sounds like a lot. I know. I hear myself as I'm listing off all the things. But once you get in a routine and once you get consistent, it's gonna be it's like this. It doesn't even take that long, and your skin appreciates it. Watch the soaps that you're using. There are soaps that strips your skin of moisturizer. So making sure you're using soaps that have moisturizer in it. Making sure you're using lotions that have moisturizer in it. You want to consistently make sure that your skin is feeling elasticy. Is that even a word? But y'all know what I'm talking about. Make sure your skin is not dry. Make sure your skin is protected by the sun. So moisturizing your skin, that is part of health. Because if you don't take care of your skin, if you don't protect your skin, you can get skin cancer. You can get your eczema can flare up if you have eczema. There's hormonal balance. Make sure you're checking your hormonal balance. Go into the doctor, checking your hormonal balance, because even that affects your skin, that affects your gut, that affects your sleeping patterns and your brain patterns. Regular exercising, we already know. And when people say exercise, I feel like everybody be like, "Oh gosh, I don't have time to exercise." It's the thing is everyone always says they don't have time. They don't have time. I'm going to tell you right now, you better make time for your health, because if you don't make time, your body is going to stop on you at the most inopportune time when you're busy and have things to do. You're going to be so tired, you're not even going to be able to move, think, or do anything. So we have to start creating time. And for me, this is when spiritualness come into, because most people are nervous about time because of what a man thinks. And when I say man, I don't mean just a man, I mean women. Man as in humans, okay? We're rushing off to work, or the kids got to do something, or somebody got to do something. You have to be selfish in those moments and take time to take care of you, because if you don't, you're not going to be able to go to work. You're not going to be able to take care of your family. You're not going to be able to be out in the community. So resting your brain, hydrating your brain, hydrating your gut, making sure I really feel like I can't stress enough how important it is to take care of your gut. This is why I say it's the first brain. Because if my gut health is off, everything is off. Because my stomach hurts, I'm lethargic, I'm tired, I don't want to do anything. I just it really affects my brain. And I notice when I drink water and I take care of my health, I feel it in my brain. You will be able to feel it too. I know you probably think I'm crazy, but you'll feel it. And then you'll feel it in your mental clarity. Vitamins, making sure you're taking the adequate amount of vitamins. And I'm not a doctor, so please consult with your doctor. But I think you have to do what's best for your body. So where some people were starting off, I would suggest a multivitamin, because not a lot of people can take a lot of pills at once. And yeah, my vitamin game be sick sometimes. I've narrowed it down to my black girl vitamins. And I'm eating black girl vitamins, which is more is I think anybody can eat those vitamins, but it's tailored towards black women. So I have my collagen, which is helpful. I have my prebiotics. So prebiotics and probiotics are really good for your skin and your gut health. So making sure you take your pre and probiotics is good for your health. What else? Vitamin D3. We need our vitamin D3. And what else? Hair, skin, and nails. So when y'all see me glowing and when y'all see me happy, it is because I am taking that time to take care of my mind, body, and spirit. And it's baby steps, because sometimes you still see me look right now. I'm fluffing over my words. You'll still see me a little frazzled because it's baby steps. It is a journey. Everything is a journey and it takes time. So take your time. We'll dive more into vitamins next week, but you want to take your time. And so the question of the day is, how do you maintain your happiness? I maintain my happiness by getting to know me, getting to know what my body needs, getting to know what my soul needs, and having time with God, because it's the only way for me. Because when you put your happiness in anything and anything else, people or things, it will fail you. But when you put your happiness in perspective and you sit and you get to know what it is that you need from life, what you need from yourself, what you need from God, what is it that you want to do for your community? Like, my happiness isn't just on what is the word, objects. It's on, what is my call? Am I living my call? Do I have what I need? Do I have food in my table, clothes on my back? So I maintain my happiness by just reminding gratitude. That's how I maintain my happiness. I am grateful from where I'm at, what I have, and the work that I'm doing. But that does not mean that I cannot strive to go for more of the things that I want. So making sure that you start a gratitude list, finding joy, because joy you will have regardless of what's going on. Joy is something that happens even if your house caught on fire. You know that everything's going to work out. You know that the house is just a thing and there's other places you're going to live. So that's joy for me, is what I really strive for, is being happy in spite of. Like a couple of months ago, I found out the last minute I had to move out of my place, but I found a place because I remained joyful and I knew things were going to work out, and I found a nicer, way nicer place than where I was staying. And you have to keep those things in perspective, because and objects I can't even talk right now. Objects are not going to make you happy. Things are not going to make you happy. You have to find happiness within yourself and be grateful for who you are as a person and what you have. And then you will be able to maintain happiness. And don't look at your neighbor. There is a 10 commandments. One of them is do not covet thy neighbors. When you're coveting other people, that is when you can stop. That's when you stop being happy with yourself, because you're looking at what they have and not what you have. And you're looking at what they have and want what they have, but you don't know how they got that. You don't know how they got there. And when you want someone something, that means you got to take on their everything. And if someone got something the bad way, the shady way, the stressful way, the angry way, the bitter way, is that something you want? So don't covet anyone else's stuff. You want to sit with yourself. You want to unplug. You want to stay hydrated. You want to nurture your body, your skin, mind, body, and spirit. Always think of mind, body is super important. If you don't take care of those, you will be bitter. You will be unhappy. You will be tired. You will make bad decisions. So you want to make sure that you're eating healthy, a balanced meal, snacking every 2 hours, drinking water every 2 hours. Teas and sodas dehydrate you. Sodas are packed with a lot of sugar. So you want to make and then you want to make sure you cut out fast food. Not saying you got to cut it out all the way, but just use it as a treat and not as a way of life and a way to eat, drink. Water, vegetables, moisturizing your skin, protecting your skin from sun, protecting your skin, your gut, and your mind. Recharge. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in for Clean Greens Living, broadcasted here live on Rainier Avenue Radio. Don't forget to get your CSAs, sign up for the youth program coming up, and follow us on social media. Follow Rainier Avenue Radio at Rainier Avenue on what I was about to say EJ. What is EJ? Instagram, and follow Clean Greens on Instagram. Bye.